Welcome. This short video is going to show you how to create an account so that you can sign on and participate in the Teen Relationship Abuse Prevention Program. We are going to be using free web-based software. It is Canvas by Instructure. You will be provided with the website to log on to, or you can see that it is listed above here. Once you go to that page, you will see a green button that says I'm a student. You're going to click on this to create your account. When this page appears, you have to enter some basic information. The join code that I'm going to use will likely not be the one that you will be given by your instructor, but this will allow us to see the process. So in this case, the join code is 4XEDKL. It then asks you to list your full name. For the purposes of participating in this program, we don't need to know your actual name. In fact, we would prefer not to. We need to know how many people have participated and what you have learned, but we don't need to know who you are. So what we would ask you to do is to make up a name, preferably something a little more complicated than Jane Doe or John Smith, something that 200 other people wouldn't think to pick. But again, preferably not your real name or the real name of a friend of yours or someone else that would be easily identified in this program. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to use test student. It then is going to ask you to create a username. A username might be your login information depending on some other options you choose, so it should be something that you can remember. For the purpose of this, I'm going to do TS for test student 2000. And then I'm going to create a password. I'm going to use Canvas 111, but hopefully you will use something much more secure than this. You must then click on You agree to the terms of use and acknowledge the privacy policy, and then click on Start Learning. Once you have created your account, you'll come to a screen that looks something like this. Depending on where you're actually participating, whether it's a school or a rec center, it may look slightly different. For example, if you're at Central High School, it will say Central High School Curriculum up in this section. But the overall entry page looks the same for everybody. The other thing that you'll notice is over here on your left-hand side are a variety of different buttons that will allow you to navigate. The most important of these is the modules. If you click on the modules button, you'll see that you have access to the actual content in the course. So for example, there's an introduction, there's defining abuse, and so on. There's another video that will discuss how you can navigate the modules in more detail. There are a couple of final steps that need to be taken with respect to your settings. If you go up to the top, you'll see that here's your name that you created, and you'll see this button called Settings. If you click on that, you're going to see the information just as you logged on. I want to show you how to do a little bit of editing here. Some of it you need to do. You need to check a couple quick boxes, etc. And some of them you can just fix if there's a problem. So if you go to the Settings button, click on it like I said, then you'll notice that you will get a button down here that says Edit Settings. If you click on that, you'll see that you can change any of this information over here. So, say for example I mistakenly entered in my real name and I want to change it to a different name, or I just want to change the nickname that I gave myself. This is where I would do it, by typing in something different in this particular box. Mary Student. I also can give myself a different display name or a nickname that will show up in some places in the program. So let's say I do Mary. You can change the time zone so you'll be in the correct time zone for Chattanooga, so the Eastern time zone. Do not click that you want to receive information, etc., unless you want to get emails from them. You could change your password here if you didn't like your old one. You also can come down here and please uncheck this box. This will just allow you more privacy in your settings. It's a kind of a complicated thing to explain it all to you, but it will be better if you uncheck that box. And then click on Update Settings. At that point, you'll see my name, Mary Student, and my display name, Mary, are both listed here. I also need to add an email address. Now, you can participate in this program without one, but we strongly suggest that you add one if you have one. So, for example, I would then go and click on that button and type in my email address. Oops. Now then you can use the login information here as your email address, or you can use that username that you created when you first began this process. I would suggest you use your email address. It will probably be easier for you to remember. So you can click on that and then register email. And then you'll see here that you're going to get an email from them. If I go to my email, you'll see that I have an email message from Instructure Canvas. If I open this, you'll see that it's confirming that I've participated in this course and Mary Student has been registered. Then you can click here to confirm the registration. Once I have confirmed my registration, I'll get a screen that looks something like this. At this point, you could play around with some of this if you want to, but otherwise you're done and you can start participating in the actual course. It may ask you to confirm or configure some communication preferences. Just ignore that. And again, go straight to your courses. If you have any problems getting registered, just let your coordinator know or your school champion and we'll try to get you fixed up. Thanks again for participating in this program.